Hi grade 7s. Today what we're going to do is we're going to solve problems using decimals. So last day we didn't use decimals to solve our problems, we used proportions to solve percent problems. So today I'm going to teach you a new method, and I have to admit, if I was picking a method that I would do more often, I would be using this method with decimals. It's quicker, it's fast. I think you're going to find it very, very nice as we get into it. So let's say you're at the store. You're going to buy a pair of jeans. The ticket price says $29.99, so $29.99, but it has that nice sign above it, 30% off. Question is, how much do these jeans cost? So what we need to do is we need to figure out what is 30% of $29.99. I always set it up with this kind of statement. Now, if you can do this, if you can say 30% of some number, I find the steps are fairly straightforward. The first thing that you're going to do, so step number 1, is you are going to rewrite our decimal or our percent as a decimal. So we're going to take our percent and we're going to change it into a decimal. So from last class you realized that in this case, so I've got my little thought bubble here, you realize that 30% simply is equal to 30, and percent means out of 100. Well, that means I have 30 hundredths. So just remember, go to your decimal form, tenths, hundredths. I've got 30 here, so the 0 and the 30 needs to end in the hundredths spot. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to rewrite 30% as 0.30. I wrote it as that percentage as a decimal. Next thing I'm going to do is in the of spot, I'm going to just change it as to a multiplication, and we're going to multiply it by 29.99. Now once you have done this, you have completed the tough part. The rest I think you're going to find fairly straightforward. And so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull out my calculator, and definitely for these questions you need calculators. So it's going to be 0.3 times 29.99, and I ended up getting a value here that is equal to 8.997. So this is $8. And now here's kind of the tricky part. I should do some rounding here. So $8.997. So just a reminder, I'm going to round to the nearest hundredths because that's what we do money in. It goes to 2 decimal places. You can see this is 5 or bigger. So my 9 actually will round up to 10. So I'm going to put a 0, and then I'm going to carry the 1, which this 9 will actually become a 10 as well, which causes me to carry another 1, and you can see this actually rounds to $9. So this is the important thing here. The sale, you get a discount of $9. So what's the total price? Well, the total price is $29.99 minus $9. So if I quick do that, I think this one's pretty nice. $20.99 is how much you're going to have to pay for this pair of jeans. So you can see this is good stuff to know, because if you go shopping, you will now know how to calculate your discounts if things are on sale. Let's go look at another one. Another important thing. So if you're a person in Alberta, you pay a tax, and this tax goes to the federal government. That's the government in Ottawa, and this tax is called the GST. Across all of Canada, it's 5%. So let's say you go out, you buy an iPhone. The iPhone costs $599. How much would the tax be? Or calculate the total price with tax. So the first thing I need to do is I need to figure out, if the tax is 5%, how much is 5% of $599? $599. So you can see, first thing we're going to do, percent means out of 100. So I'm going to just get my thought bubble over here. 5%. That means 5 out of 100. So what does that mean? Well, here's my 0 decimal. Here's my tenths, hundredths. So the 5 here has to go to the hundredths, and I'll just fill a 0 in front. So 0.05. The of becomes a multiplication times 599. Punch out, take out your calculator, punch this into your calculator. I'm just going to clear mine. 599 times 0.05, and I get an answer here of $29.95. So this much money goes straight to Ottawa as a tax for the government to use to spend on the military or whatever programs the federal government is spending money on. So what's the total price? Well, you're going to have to pay $599 to get that little iPhone in your pocket, but you're going to have to pay the government of Canada $29.95. So when you add those two things up, you're going to get $628.95. Now if you go to a store and they're calculating GST, you now know how to calculate that GST. Have a good one, grade 7s.